Bringing up Bates. Lawson blasted for using Tiffany Espenson as a prop. Lawson Bates, a member of the well-known reality TV family featured on Bringing Up Bates, is currently facing criticism online. The topic of concern: his relationship with his wife, Tiffany Espenson. Some fans and observers are accusing Lawson of using Tiffany as a prop to further his public image and career goals. This situation has sparked ongoing debate across fan forums and social media platforms. While neither Lawson nor Tiffany have addressed the allegations directly, the speculation continues to grow. The conversation began gaining traction when several fans expressed discomfort with how Lawson portrays Tiffany in social media posts and videos. These fans believe that her presence often feels more like a carefully curated addition to his personal brand than a genuine reflection of their marriage. Critics argue that Lawson tends to put a spotlight on Tiffany in a way that appears more promotional than personal. This perception has raised concerns, especially among viewers who have followed the Bates family for years. The Bates are known for their conservative values and traditional approach to relationships. As such, fans have always paid close attention to how each member treats their spouse, and any perceived imbalance or manipulation often gets magnified. Lawson, who has pursued a music career in addition to his role on Bringing Up Bates, frequently shares videos, songs, and posts that include or reference Tiffany. For many fans, this is not inherently a problem. However, some feel the pattern leans too heavily into presentation and lacks authenticity. For example, several followers noted that Tiffany is often shown in highly produced music videos or promotional content with minimal input of her own voice or thoughts. Some viewers have pointed out that while Tiffany appears supportive, she rarely features on Lawson's platforms as an independent personality. Instead, critics believe she is framed more as an accessory to his content, someone who complements his image, rather than being highlighted for her individual identity or interests. Tiffany Espenson herself is no stranger to the entertainment world. She previously worked in television and film before marrying Lawson. Some fans who are familiar with her career find it disappointing that she is now seen in the shadow of Lawson's projects. They argue that her talents and career ambitions deserve more spotlight than what is being currently offered within their shared online presence. Supporters of Lawson, however, defend the couple. They believe the criticism is unfair and based on assumptions. These supporters claim that the two genuinely love each other and that Tiffany participates willingly in the content they produce together. From their perspective, Tiffany's role in Lawson's videos is no different from other spouses who support their partner's career by appearing in collaborative content. Additionally, supporters argue that since the couple is married and share a public life, it is natural for them to produce content that involves each other. They also note that many married couples, especially those with a public platform, choose to present a united image. In this light, Tiffany's involvement in Lawson's work might be a mutual decision rather than an exploitative one. Despite these defenses, the criticism hasn't died down. What seems to concern critics the most is the lack of balanced representation. They argue that while Tiffany often appears in content curated by Lawson, there's rarely a reciprocal focus on her personal voice, faith journey, or professional endeavors. Some feel that her individuality has taken a backseat. This debate has also tapped into broader discussions about gender roles and expectations within religious or conservative families. The Bates family, like the Duggars, whom they are often compared to, uphold values that emphasize male leadership and female submission. Some fans are now questioning whether this dynamic is playing out in Lawson and Tiffany's public life as well, contributing to the perception that Tiffany's main role is to support Lawson without equal recognition. Social media has played a significant role in shaping this controversy. Posts on platforms like Instagram and YouTube, where Lawson has a growing following, are regularly analyzed by fans and critics alike. Many have taken screenshots, highlighted quotes, and dissected video moments they feel exemplify the dynamic in question. One particularly discussed example came from a recent YouTube vlog. In the video, Lawson was seen promoting a new music release and included Tiffany in the scenes. While she appeared supportive, some viewers felt that she was being used primarily for visual appeal or emotional leverage, rather than contributing in a meaningful or collaborative way. The comments section of the video reflected this sentiment, with many calling out the scripted feeling of their interactions. Another point raised by critics is that Tiffany rarely posts independently anymore. Before their marriage, she had her own social media presence, often sharing thoughts, reflections, and content that aligned with her own identity. Since becoming part of the Bates family, some followers believe her voice has been diminished or absorbed into the broader Bates narrative. Still, there are those who caution against making assumptions based on public posts alone. They argue that no one can truly understand the inner workings of a marriage from the outside. What might appear as using someone as a prop to one person might actually be a shared creative vision between spouses. These supporters suggest that Tiffany might genuinely enjoy being part of Lawson's brand and finds fulfillment in their joint efforts. Regardless of perspective, what's clear is that the conversation is ongoing and deeply nuanced. The situation highlights the complexity of living life in the public eye, especially when it involves a couple trying to navigate both a relationship and public-facing careers. The overlap between private life and content creation can easily blur lines, leading to misunderstandings and criticism. The Bates family has always received heightened scrutiny due to their high visibility and values-based lifestyle. This situation with Lawson and Tiffany is not the first time a family member has faced public backlash, and it likely won't be the last. Being part of a large, reality TV-rooted family brings with it both loyal followers and sharp critics. Lawson, in particular, has often walked a line between pursuing individual fame and maintaining the image of a devoted family member. Some argue that this balance is difficult to achieve, and Tiffany's role in his journey adds another layer of complexity. In response to the backlash, neither Lawson nor Tiffany has released a formal statement. They have continued sharing their content as usual, which some fans interpret as an attempt to ignore the controversy. Others believe it may reflect their confidence in the choices they've made together, trusting that their true supporters will see the authenticity of their relationship. However, there remains a segment of the audience that feels hurt or disillusioned. For them, the expectation of sincere, equal partnerships, especially in faith-based relationships, is something deeply valued. When they perceive a discrepancy, it affects their view of the couple and their trust in the message being presented. Ultimately, whether or not Lawson is using Tiffany as a prop may come down to personal interpretation. In the world of influencer culture and faith-based celebrity, the line between genuine connection and curated image is often thin. For some, the portrayal of Tiffany in Lawson's content feels imbalanced. For others, it's simply the reality of two people sharing their life and work. What this situation underscores is the power of audience perception. In today's digital age, how people appear is often as important as what they intend. While Lawson and Tiffany may be entirely genuine in their collaboration, that doesn't stop people from forming their own narratives. And as long as their lives remain public, those narratives, fair or not, will continue to shape how they are seen. In conclusion, the criticism against Lawson Bates for allegedly using his wife, Tiffany Espenson, as a prop reflects a larger cultural conversation about public image, gender dynamics, and authenticity in influencer marriages. Whether the critique is warranted or not, it shows how deeply invested audiences can become in the lives of those they follow. For Lawson and Tiffany, navigating this scrutiny will likely require a combination of transparency, mutual respect, and an ongoing effort to show their supporters who they truly are, beyond the lens of the camera. Bates family wedding planning is underway. The Bates family, known for their reality television show, Bringing Up Bates, is once again in the spotlight as news of an upcoming wedding begins to circulate among fans and followers. The large and close-knit family, which has captured the hearts of viewers for over a decade, is no stranger to weddings, and it seems that another joyful union is currently being planned behind the scenes. With multiple children already married and starting families of their own, the excitement surrounding each new engagement and wedding continues to draw public interest. While the identity of the engaged couple has not been officially announced by the entire family, clues have emerged that strongly suggest preparations are underway. Social media activity, subtle updates, and subtle gestures have all contributed to growing speculation. For longtime fans, this pattern is familiar. Quiet engagement rumors often precede a formal announcement, followed by a flurry of wedding planning, registry updates, and eventually a grand celebration. The Bates family weddings have always been a major event. Each ceremony has been distinct, yet all are deeply rooted in the family's values, traditions, and strong faith. From venue choices and bridal party arrangements to color schemes and floral selections, fans are eager to learn what the next wedding will look like. Despite the lack of detailed public statements so far, some observable moves behind the scenes have given hints about the current state of wedding preparations. Historically, the Bates family has involved many members in each wedding. Siblings take part in the bridal party, serve as ushers, coordinate decorations, and help with guest accommodations. These weddings are more than just events, they are family projects. In many cases, older siblings have taken on roles such as dress design, photography, and planning coordination. The collaborative approach not only helps ease the burden of planning, but also strengthens the bond among family members. As with previous weddings, fans expect the upcoming ceremony to reflect the values that the Bates family is known for: modesty, simplicity, and a focus on faith and commitment. Dresses are typically custom designed, often in coordination with local or family-run designers. Modest cuts, lace details, and flowing styles are a recurring theme, consistent with the family's beliefs. Grooms usually opt for traditional suits or tuxedos, and the ceremonies are often held in either a local church or an outdoor location surrounded by nature. Though the family has not formally disclosed all details, there is a likelihood that the couple has already secured a venue, or is in the process of doing so. For a family of this size, guest lists tend to be extensive, which influences venue decisions significantly. Previous weddings have included church sanctuaries, garden venues, and banquet halls, depending on the couple's personal preferences and the season. Decor plays an important role in Bates weddings. From floral arrangements to table centerpieces, the events tend to feature light, elegant, and seasonally appropriate decor. The family often chooses soft color palettes, like blush, ivory, sage, and lavender, reflecting both simplicity and timelessness. Flowers are usually arranged in coordination with local florists or friends, and the design choices often align with the bride's personality and taste. The food and reception elements are also central parts of the celebration. While some Bates weddings have leaned toward buffet-style meals or potluck-inspired setups, others have opted for more formal catering. Regardless of the approach, food choices typically accommodate a wide range of dietary preferences and remain budget-conscious. Cakes are also carefully selected or designed, often created by local bakers or family friends with custom themes in mind. In terms of entertainment, the family generally opts for live acoustic music, often performed by relatives or friends. Musical performances during the ceremony are common, frequently featuring hymns or faith-based songs that hold sentimental value for the couple. The reception may include light-hearted games, toasts, and slideshow presentations chronicling the couple's journey. One of the most anticipated elements of any Bates wedding is the inclusion of personal vows and testimonies. While traditional vows are often exchanged, it's not uncommon for the couple to add their own personal promises and reflections. This allows the ceremony to feel deeply meaningful and uniquely tailored to the individuals involved.